What's up, people? What's up? This is your boy K Solo, and you already know where you at. Rikers Island Stories, the AKA K Solo Show. Let's talk about it, guys. Today's a story about Rikers Island and what happened in 1996, the ending of 1996, when I got locked up. I was in. Okay, I'm looking at this something that just happened on TV. Anyway, I was in C95 Rikers Island. I was in the New Jack House. That's the project, what we call Little San Juan. You know, if anybody been to C95 knows where's Little San Juan at. No question about that. That's new reception, like I told you guys, new house for people that just come into C95. Anyway, when I get to C95, I forgot what house it was. I know it was in the projects. I forgot what house. I can't remember the house. But when I got there, there was three Latin Kings that was there. 3 Latin Kings that was cool. There was another Latin King, and I believe he was a house gang. Yeah, he was a house gang. But the dude, how can I say, the dude never shed any love with the Latin Kings that was there. You feel me? And with me, that was 4. So he never came to us and gave us love. Now, obviously, he was there for a minute because he was a house gang. So obviously he had more than what we had. You understand what I'm saying? He used to go to commissary, he had clothes. He was living off the land, but he had more than what we had. No question about that. We was New Jacks, you feel me? Until we got our visits, until we got money sent to us, you know, we good. So anyway, the dude never shed no love. He didn't shed no love to us, so we was like, yo, fuck this dude. But there was this one kid, and I forgot this kid's name. And if I didn't know his name, I would not say it anyway. This kid wanted to become a Latin King. But when I saw this kid and I started talking to this kid, as days go by, I was like, nah, this kid is not king material. I'm like, listen, guys, and I'm talking to the 3 Latin Kings that was there. I'm like, this kid's not no king material. We at war right now, and this is the war with the Bloods. We were still at war. And I was saying to the 3 Latin Kings, yo, this kid cannot be a king. He's gonna fall immediately. You know, this is not the right thing to do to this kid. And of course, they want to put him as a king because, you know, sometimes in prison and in certain crews pick out certain people that got money. Obviously, this kid was getting money, and of course, a lot of people, he was looking out for certain people, and he was looking out for the kings. Did he look out for me? No, I didn't want none of his stuff. Why? I didn't want his stuff because I didn't want to be bought. And this is what this kid was doing. He was buying himself in. And I was against putting this kid down with us. I was against it because I knew he was not built for this. And I know he would have folded immediately, and it would not look right, and it would not been right to put this kid down. But the other 3 Latin Kings was like, nah, Solo, let's put him down, blah, 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 whatever the fuck. Okay. Obviously, they put him down because the kid was there longer than me, so they packed him up. I stood in the projects, they packed him up, sent him to regular population. What happens is that, like about a week later, they pack me up. I go straight to population. Matter of fact, no, I didn't get packed up. I packed my own stuff up, me and 11 other kings, because the Latin Kings needed help. They needed help in the light side and also into the dark side. The dark side, C95, the light side is C95. Everybody that been in C95 know what's the light and the dark side. Latin Kings needed help in the both sides. So, obviously, I was one of the dudes that was like, nah, why don't, we have like 30, 40 Latin Kings in the projects. Why don't we pack up half and go help out the brothers, man, with this war? The first crown that was there, his name was Panama. He was a newborn. He was only a king for like 8 months. And I don't understand how the fuck he became first crown. I really don't. But anyway, I told Panama what I was going to do. White Cloud was there. What's up, White Cloud? You know what I'm saying? A good bro back in that time. He was like, yo, Soul, I'm feeling you. Do what you got to do. No question. So I went, I spoke to a few brothers that was in the project. They agreed with me, and 12 of us got packed up, and we went to the projects. We went to Population. Okay. Now, while I'm in Population, of course, the drama is on. But when the house that I go to, there's no Bloods, there's no Kings. So I went up in the house. As went up in the house, you know, like I said, I didn't have to worry about nothing because there was no Bloods there. As a couple of days goes by, a couple of weeks go by, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, about a week goes by, I become, you know, what back then, Third Crown. And as a Third Crown, my job is to make sure to get the right soldiers. You feeling me? So this kid that I'm talking about, I finally see him in Population. I see him in the yard, and I see that he's representing Land Kings. So I go to the dudes that was already there, and I'm like, yo, who crowned this kid? They told me who. That person that crowned him went upstate, and back in that time, remember, I took the position that kid had that went upstate. So everything was good. Everything was beautiful. But that kid always rubbed me the wrong way. I knew he was not built for this. But they put him in, so why not? Fuck it. Let's see what happens. And he's in a house with this other Land King, that this Land King is well known. They call him King 730. 730, OG 730, crazy motherfucker, well-known king. I mean, if I'm gonna roll with somebody, if I'm gonna be in the house with a king, that king I will pick all day, every day. The bro got busy. A crazy motherfucker. Yes, definitely crazy dude. He was not afraid of nothing. So I become First Crown. So while I'm in First Crown, you know, as the First Crown, you got to take care of family business. What happens? They come to me, 7:30, and another bro tell them about, yo, Solo, this bro is hanging out with a Blood in the house. He don't hang out with us. He's not hanging out with the 4 or 5 kings that's in that house. He's hanging out with the Bloods. Now, he's a king now, you feeling me? The dude's a king, but he's hanging out with the Bloods, reading Bloods lessons also. So now I'm saying to myself, I told a lot of you people that this kid was not king material, but you guys got him in anyway. Of course, Bug Out and the kings that was in that house at that time was like, yo, we didn't know. When we met him, he said he was on probation and blah, blah, all that good shit. You feeling me? That he was on probation and this, so they let him rock. Obviously, he got his crown. But, you know, he didn't live up to the part. So the following week passes by. I'm like, okay, give him a chance. Let him know what's the deal. Let him know that he got to represent. So a week passes by. Now the Bloods and the Kings that are living in that house with 730, Bloods start acting up. So when that happened, of course, brothers was tired. Brothers was like, yo, we're going to go in and we're going to do our thing. And of course, it was war at that time. So do what you guys got to do. What happens? The kid that I said he's not king material, he goes to 730 and to the other 3 kings, and he tells them, yo, we should not do what Solo told us to do. And first of all, I didn't tell them nobody to do anything. These brothers wanted to do it. You feeling me? They wanted to represent, and it was war back at that time. So the kid was like telling the 3 Land Kings, yo, don't do it. You know, we could live together, blah, 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 blah. Looking like he was afraid. And at that moment, he couldn't be trusted anymore. because now he's copping a plea for the Bloods. You feel me? So either you king or you blood. So when the brothers, bug out and them come to me the following week and they tell me what's going down, I say, yo, tell that dude that he has to rep. And has to rep means he has to set it off. You feel me? He has to set it off. So that day, they go to the house and they tell that kid, yo, you got to do this. You got to get busy with us. We're going to get busy. And there's no bus about it. You got to get down. The motherfucker goes and turns around and tells the Bloods what was going down. What was in the menu. What was in the menu at that time. So what he did was he got the Bloods ready by telling the Bloods what the Kings was going to do. So what happened was that a civilian heard this. A civilian heard the so-called Latin King telling the Blood what's going to happen. So the civilian goes, and it was a black dude too, that went and warned the Latin Kings that this kid was talking to the Bloods and telling the Bloods what was going to happen. So of course, 7:30, and the three other kings that was there in the house at that time smashed Shorty, smashed him. He was done. He was no more king. Over with. 2 days later, after they packed that dude up, the Latin King kid, they packed him up. He went to another house. Now look at how faith is, right? This is crazy. 2 days later, 7:30, and the three other Bloods, at 7:30 and the three other kings go at it with the 4 Bloods that was in the house. It was 4 kings and 4 Bloods, but that kid folded, so he was gone, and then the 4 Bloods stood there with the 3 other kings, and the 3 kings got busy with the 4 Bloods. Obviously, the kings got the best of the Bloods. So they packed up the Bloods. The Blood that was showing that so-called Latin King, showing him the blood lessons, winds up in the same house that king, who was a king, he winds up in that house with that kid, who I call fake king. He goes to the house. And guess what happens? The house is a blood house. The kid is not repping no more king because he's not a king. They took his crown with the whipping that they gave him for telling the Bloods what the king was going to do. So, what happens? And this is crazy. The Blood that was reading him the lessons wind up flipping on that fake king. Gave him $1.50 or $1.70, some shit like that. Gave it to him. All across the face. I saw that kid about a month later in the bullpens. His scar already healed. He got the line in his face. He got the whole scar in his face. Shit is gruesome. I see him in the bullpen. I'm in there. I walk in with like 2 other Latin kings. He's in the corner chilling because now he's not a king and he's not a Blood because Bloods blazed him for him being a king. You feel me? For being a king at one time. And the one that blazed him was the same dude that was reading the lessons to him. Blood lessons to that dude. So I see the kid in the bullpens. He's in the corner. So I go up to him. He's like, like folded down with his head. He didn't want nobody to see him. So I recognized him quick. So I tapped in the shoulder because the kid jumps up real quick like he thought he was going to get smashed or something. And I looked at him. And I say, yo, you see that? What you got in your face? He goes like this. He covers his face like this, and I said, nah, that's all right, bro. I said, you know why you got that? You got that, man, because you tried to get into something that you couldn't be. You tried to get into something that you couldn't be, and then you tried to get into something else that you couldn't be. I told them, I said, when you read those blood lessons, and this is back then, when the Bloods consider all Puerto Rican, all Latin dudes enemies. This is back then. I said, when you read those blood lessons, didn't the lessons say that all Spanish dudes are enemies? Is the enemy of the Bloods? And the kid was like, yeah, I read that. So I said, so what you thought? What you thought, that you was gonna leave Latin Kings to become a Blood? He was like, nah. I said, man, shut up. I said, that's what you thought. Because when they packed you up and they sent you to the other house, I heard that you was chilling. You was chilling, minding your business, and the same dude that was reading your lessons ripped you. I said, how do you feel about that? So the kid was like, I feel fucked up. I feel fucked up because I trusted him. And that's when I looked at him and I said, let me tell you something. In jail, you do not trust no one. No one. Especially enemies. And the kid started, like, his tears started coming down. And once I looked at that, man, I said, wow. This kid was really, really not built for this shit. So, for those dudes that are out there, and you get into gangs, you become a Blood, and you had to do a mission, but you cannot do that mission. So the Bloods get rid of you, and then you you want to become a Latin King, or vice versa, Latin King. They tell him to do a mission, he folds, and he becomes a Blood. It's good that that shit happens to you guys. Guys that be flipping. That has flipping blood in them. You know, feel me? That have, how you call it? The dolphin blood of being a flipper. Certain things, man, you should not do. And that is go to another gang. You're a part of a gang and you go to become another gang because that gang is a little stronger than the other gang. Because this shit goes up and it goes down. I remember in the 80s, it was all about 5%ers and Muslims. In the 90s, early 90s, middle 90s, it was Latin Kings and Nietas. Late 90s, 2000s, it was Bloods. There's going to be another gang coming soon. It happens. Every 30 years, it happens. It's going to be another gang coming. And it could be the Crips. The Crips could start making that number. Because right now, the Crips and Latin Kings, I believe it's the right amount, the same amount of numbers in the prison. And the Crips numbers is going to go up. And fuck around, it'll be their turn that they take over the prison. It could happen. I've seen it happen many times. So just because you're down with a strong gang doesn't mean that they're going to stay strong. It doesn't mean they're going to stay strong, bro. If I could turn back time, would I become a Latin King? Maybe, yeah. Because you got to understand, in my generation, when I first started betting, it was about all 5%ers. It was about 5%ers doing the Spanish people bad, terrible, way worse than what the Bloods would say that the Spanish people was doing to the blacks. And nah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that, man. Nothing like that. Anyway, this is a little story for you guys to think about. You understand what I'm saying? And for that kid who was a king and tried to get down with the Bloods, look at yourself in the mirror. And look at yourself and say, this is what happens when you try to play games, when you're not sure what you want to be. Yo, and for 7:30, King Bug Out. That's what they used to call him, King 7:30, King Bug Out. Yo, my G, I hope you're okay. I hope you're around. God bless you. And you already know what's up, man. Nothing but love for you, kid. Okay? And for everybody out there, you already know. This is K Solo, Rikers Island Stories, the AKA K Solo Show. Enjoy the story. Bye. Oh, one more thing. That dude, Mr. GU. Yeah, Mr. GU. The one that was telling me earlier when I was talking about Alpo getting murdered, that he was saying Alpo's not murdered. No, Alpo's not murdered. He kept texting, Alpo's not murdered. Alpo's not murdered. He's alive. It kept just, he even texted about that shit about Cuban Link. About that shit that happened a year and a half ago that somebody called me and told me that Cuban Link was shot, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that was my bad for not doing my homework. But he thought that was going to be another Cuban Link thing. I know he got to be like an ass right now, sitting down with some shit in his mouth talking about, damn, Solo was right. Fucking idiot. You're an idiot. For real, Mr. GU. GU, you a fucking idiot. For real. All jokes aside, you're an idiot. Anyway, guys, this is your boy K Solo. You already know, man. And to everybody, yeah, he was not the only one either. There was 2-3 people that was texting, yo, Solo, no, he ain't dead, blah, blah, blah. Everybody that was texting me saying that, you guys are idiots. Morons. I'm serious. Did you guys go to the other channels and tell the people that they was wrong also? Did you guys go to Hassan Campbell, all these other shows and said, nah, Alpo ain't died, he's alive? Did you guys do that? Or you guys came to my show and did it because you guys love me so much? Fucking idiots. I'll see you guys later. This is your boy K Solo. Enjoy the story, man, and you already know, Mr. GU, suck a dick. Period. Bye. Period, motherfucker. Yo, boy K Solo, holla. See you later.